Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's FreshMode Studios here, and I'm going to be doing a little tutorial for you guys on how to make a photo edits with apps, all for free. They're not just something to be advised of is they're not going to be 100% like Topaz or Photoshop like really good. They're gonna show like they're an app edit. I mean, there are apps if you do buy on the App Store, you can get a little better quality, but a little more editism on them. So there is one app that I do need to download really quick, and so the first step you're gonna need is Snapseed, and I'll show you that in a second. But first we gotta get Photoshop Express. Let's get Photoshop. Now this can be done on an iPhone as well, basically all Apple, so if we get rid of that, we'll wait for this to download. Keep doing that, my bad, sorry about that, guys. So while waiting for that, the first thing you're going to need to do is open up Snapseed, open a photo, pick one you want. For here we're going to be using, why don't we use, see, here's some previous edits I have done. If you do want to check out my Instagram page, that I do a page on the Seahawks, favorite team, of course. So basically, like, out of my 1,000 photos, about 900 of them are Seahawks. So I think we'll do, let's keep scrolling. Back to the Chiefs game. That game was lit. Let's look for maybe, what would be a good one to edit here? Let's see. Kind of want to do T-rolls, but yeah, let's just do Kristen Michael. So basically, what you want to do: details, structure. Depending on the photo, usually is what you want to do. And this is actually not a good one to do, so we're gonna have to redo it. Pick another photo. Some of them photos are not gonna be good for doing it. Some are. Most of the time they will be, but sometimes they aren't. You can just kind of tell with the quality of the way it's looking. So let's go ahead and find another one. You could also open from device. I don't really want to do that. Actually, yes, we're gonna go ahead and do Russell Wilson here. See if this is a good one to do. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and save this, export it to the camera roll, and exit out. You're not gonna need that again. Photoshop is still taking a while, but that is okay. So basically what you're going to do here is, it depends on what kind of edit you're going to do. You can go to PixArt and do something like getting a background and doing it that way. So if we go ahead and edit it, which you can do, I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. So the first way is going to be the way of where you remove the player and basically make it into PNG, but for this photo is actually JPEG, but you know what I mean. So you do that, and so if you want to do that way, you can go ahead and go to free crop. It's not always gonna be 100% accurate, but you do want to kind of do what you could do. The red part is the part that you want to get on the player. So if we kind of go like this, it'll take a while. If you really want to do it really good, it'll take a good 15 minutes. Normally it takes me about 10. Cause I've done it quite a few times, but depends also on what different parts of the person. That sounds weird, but different things you're going to be doing. So I'm just gonna kind of do a little quick round, and always do the edges first. I think that's the best method of doing it. Now this isn't gonna be great. If you spend more time, it'll obviously be a lot better. It's like also then you want to kind of zoom in as far as you can. Get that. Use the both tools. Looks like we're glitching a little bit. Get the elbow up into the undershirt, and that's not good. So there you go. Alright, guys. So I'm basically finishing up the outline of Russell Wilson, going back up his arm here. Finishing this off. So obviously I'm not doing a 100% great job, just trying to get this done. As you can see, probably even in the speed art, that it's not great. So We get rid of that. I mean, I'm making sure it doesn't look terrible, but like there's different edges you kind of want to make sure that they don't look bad, because they will kind of be noticed from a far distance. So here we go. Got the main part of it. Let's get that finger a little better. There we go. A little art there. Now why? I don't know why I just said art, but here we go. Now, oh my gosh, my other finger is touching it. So obviously you guys can do a better job probably on a computer. I do suggest doing that, as you can always get better quality on a computer with Photoshop or something like that. But for this tutorial, obviously we are doing it for iOS devices and with apps, so we'll stick to that. Some of the apps that I do know that work, or that not that work, but are good apps to edit with, is Refine. Refine is good. So I think there's just one Photoshop. It's not. What was that? It's for like a big boom or something. There is not in the App Store. It's like it's some Photoshop. I forget. You'd have to look it up. Kind of like a different photo editors pages and stuff. You could find it pretty easily. Well, not pretty easily, but depends on where you look. But well, this looks pretty bad. You won't notice it too much. The only thing is, you'd rather underdo it than overdo it, because then you get all the edges of the. Oh my gosh, I completely missed this. But you'd rather do that. So I mean, yeah, you can kind of tell the difference there, but. Alright, so we are finishing up his arm, the last piece to the puzzle here, and let's zoom in here and get this all fixed up, looking a little bit better. And like I said before, not to worry about the under edits. Those definitely, I mean, you'll notice it, but you won't notice it as much as you will over cutting. So we're almost done. A few more pieces, or not pieces, a few more swipes, and we should be good. Zoom in, make sure this doesn't go over the side. And there we go. That is basically how we're gonna do it. We're also gonna fix this just a bit here. That looks a little weird. And there we go. All right, perfect. So that's gonna be Russell Wilson. Obviously, you can see all the under edits. That's okay. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but if you want to do professional, obviously do perfect. Take a lot of time with it. So here we go. Let's get the final product. There we go. And now what we do is we save that to the photos, and I will then describe the changes. Doesn't really matter there. Then you're gonna want to go and scroll over to a background. Let's see. I'm gonna do. I already used a few of these before, but I am gonna use this one again, I think. Well, maybe. Alright, we'll use this one for now. So basically, let me crop this a little bit so it doesn't look that bad. There we go. That's good. Then I want to put a little filter on it as well, so it doesn't look great. So also, what you want to do to get a background like this is you grunge. Search for a grunge on Google, and you'll find it in Google Images. Basically anywhere. So let's apply that. Let's go back to the effects and go over to blur. And I do like doing a blur in the background. We're gonna do a motion blur and do a little bit of an angle, like that way. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Then what I'm gonna do is add the photo in. So Russell Wilson here. And there you go. So obviously the top could be a little cropped off. Another thing you could do is also, here we will see, you could also throw this in there or something like that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to not do that for now. But I will, that might be a good idea for this one, but I'm not going to do it right now. So we're going to go ahead and do text. I do suggest doing, so obviously my account name is that 112. You want to go follow me. The link is in the description. There we go. I do like this one the best. So you can go ahead. You could change the color and stuff. I usually just do white. Doesn't matter too much. So that is this one. There we go. You could also make it a little smaller. Right, maybe that or something. Put it someplace where it's not like completely like in the way or something. So there we go. Now we can go ahead, crop it a bit. And there's one other thing that, depending on the edit, that you may or may not want to do, and that is an HDR. And this one definitely is not an HDR. That makes a little more of an edit. It doesn't look like a crazy edit, but it is an edit per se. So there we go. That looks pretty good, I think. Alright, so now we're done with that. So we can go ahead and go to Photoshop. It should be done. Here it is. Let me go drag it in there. Alright, so basically, guys, I did screw that up. There we go. So what you're gonna need, you're just gonna make an Adobe account if you don't have one, and then you're gonna want to go to adjust, and alright, and you want to turn the clarity up, I believe. If I remember this correctly, I haven't done it like this in a while. So you can kind of turn up the clarity a little bit, not too much, so it doesn't look stupid. Then you can do the fog. Let's see, how's that looking? Depends on the different thing. Reduce noise as well. This just kind of smoothens it out. Depends on like, yeah, you don't want to go too smooth, because then you can kind of tell that it's like what you're doing, and then it doesn't look as good. And then also, sometimes you want to change the vibrance, sometimes you don't, and that's this format of an edit. I definitely kind of like the other one a little better. Or what you could do is do this and then do it to Pixar, which probably is a better way. So if you save that to the camera roll, and then there you go. That is your edit. And so here we are in Pixar. We're just gonna open it up and put a text on it. I'm not gonna do with the crop thing. Definitely you could do that. I totally forgot about that, but you could do that. That's definitely a great way to edit something. And then you could do the background cheese and all that stuff. Not really cheese, but you know what I mean. So there we go. We can apply this and make it a little smaller. Yeah, it's a little too big. Alright, guys, so here we go. Here is edit number 1. Obviously, you could have done the other thing a little bit better, but we didn't. So, and here's edit number 2. So if you crop this guy out, did all that, probably would look a little bit better here. But yeah, so that is how you do a player edit on an iOS device for free with just apps. So if you, as obviously as I did say before, not gonna look the greatest, not professional, but definitely looking pretty decent. So if you guys did enjoy this video, do go ahead and drop a like on the video and comment what you want to see next, what tutorials you want to see next, anything you want to see on the channel, and I'll talk to you guys there. See you first.